of Super Reaction Bros. I'm Kristen, and of course, I am still here. For these recordings, I'm still in Chicago, so for Zelda Dungeon Marathon. So on today's episode, we are taking a look at the official trailer for Colette. This is Keira Knightley's new movie. Apparently, she plays a very talented writer who has to write, whose husband pushed her to write under his name, and then it gets to a point where she can't take it anymore, and essentially she wants to have her name out there, of course channeling gender norms. I believe this is like a period piece, so during that time it wasn't like females weren't like out there being as dominant as they are nowadays. They were still being judged on and being looked at as a stereotype for just being a simple housewife and things like that. So I recognize Richard Glazer wrote this. I recognize the director. They worked on the Julianne Moore movie called Still Alice. I never saw it, but I do like me some Keira Knightley. Also stars Dominic West as well, and I just saw him in Tomb Raider, so he's a good actor overall. So I think he'll be fine in this role as well. Sometimes it's be frank. Sometimes I just wish I had my brother bounce off of, but I'm interested to see where it goes.
Now the next trailer will be well, not next, but pretty much a trailer we'll be watching today is called Colette, and this is actually, I believe, is based on a true story. I believe so. Hold on, one brief moment. Yeah, it's based on a true story, and I think it's just right. It's starring Keira Knightley and Dominic West, and I think it's just what I mean by that is just right is that during this time where pretty much with the feminisms, and women's rights, trying to push more into expanding pretty much on what they've been fighting for, things like that. And this is during the time when it was probably around that time pretty much when women wanted to be heard. And she's a well-known writer. I don't know what large work she's worked on, but this is pretty much showing how she was this writer, but nobody would ever read her stuff only because since she was a woman at the time. So her husband would force her to put his name to it as if he was the author. So he'd be taking all the credit, and it gets to a point where she wants to be heard. She wants to hear. She literally wants people to know that I'm the one who wrote these stories. He didn't. He just added his name to it. That's it. So it's very interesting. It's the perfect timing for a film like this. Show the film, women's rights, what they can do, what they're capable of, and they shouldn't hide from, they shouldn't hide from anybody. They should, show this is who I am, this is who we are, we're right here, we have our own voice. So sorry, it sounds like I'm going off track here, but it feels like that's where they're trying to go with this film.
Let's do this. Let's check this out. This is the official trailer.
And here we go.
Colette. So in 3, 2, 1.
May I introduce to you my new wife, Colette?
The wild days are done, eh?
On the contrary, the wild days have just begun.
He married a literary entrepreneur.
You've married a country girl without a penny to her name.
You didn't love me. Billy is a brand. I take all the risk and there's still no money. We need more output. You could write.
My school stories?
Yes, that could be Willie's next novel.
Are you writing for him too?
Yes.
He's made you one of his ghosts already.
Oh wow.
My name is Claudine. I live in
He
Montigny.
does this all the time.
I shall probably not die there.
It's beautiful.
We've never had one fly off the shelves like this before.
And you know who's buying it?
Young women.
Your book will change the world, Claudine!
Subtle as ever.
I have a little plan to turn Claudine into the most popular girl in the entire world.
Wow.
I believe Willie based Claudine on your school days.
Yes, I think I had a little something to contribute.
Yes, definitely. Oh, it is based on a true
We
story.
have a success, and then you imply that I'm not the true author of it.
No shit, you're not the true
I
author.
understand the mentality here. You don't.
I understand it well enough to write a book that's a toast to Paris.
You've done something important. All those young girls, you've given them a voice. You should own up to it.
That's true.
He was
Definitely.
after you.
Your jealousy is misplaced.
How so?
It's the wife I found interesting.
We're holding dynamite here that could blow our bloody heads off.
Since when have you considered scandal to be a bad thing?
Oh, how interesting. Your love line's split into three.
It used to marriage.
Now to make marriage, it is to you. People are begging for more.
I don't want to write another Claudine.
If you out of your mind,
Right.
no one can take away who you are.
Destroy these. Incinerate them.
Nothing. You molded me to your own desires. You thought that I could never break free. Well, you're wrong.
And old pen writes history.
Interesting. That looks really interesting. Like I said, another film that's like sending a huge message, pretty much, just showing, you know, dominance in women, and just showing pretty much, just showing what they're capable of, and just how we always held them back for a lot of things. And this is like, if you think about it, like it really felt like pretty much a huge hit for like the women, pretty much, for this book that they were writing, like a young adult novel, pretty much. That's what this, you know, that's what it was, like in a way, like a kind of like a first big hit for a young adult novel, pretty much. And like I said, what went wrong is that it got to a point where she wanted her voice to be heard, saying that I was the writer, not just him getting all the credit and stuff like that. It's like all the success, it's like everything's going to him, but it's like now she's starting to know, it's like you can be your own type of person. You can let your voice be heard. So this looks like to be a powerful, good movie. Oscar-worthy buzz, too early to say, but it looks good. We're hearing a lot of great things about it, even at Sundance. Probably wouldn't mind checking this out with the waifu. So seeing this, getting her thoughts on it, 'cause she's one of those type of people who has a big voice when it comes to stuff like this. So can't wait to see what this is gonna be based around. So.
That does look pretty interesting. I guess for the most part, you can definitely see how like he's like, it's not even just the fact that he's using his name on her work and their guy's work, but like he's just completely controlling of her, like completely and utterly in control of her, and it's something she can't take anymore and things like that. For the most part, Keira Knightley looks like she's doing a great job. Same with Dominic West with this paranoid thing where he's like, he fears that she's gonna outshine him, and it looks like that may happen even by the end of it overall. But for the most part, this looks like a fine movie. Could be up for some awards, maybe. For me, it's probably gonna be another like Netflix rental or something like that. But it does look good. Performances look fine. Nothing like too big popped out at me, but I think this definitely does look like a good movie. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk some more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about films like this, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. Also, if you enjoyed what you saw here, let us know in the comments below what are your thoughts on the trailer, things like that. Let us know overall what you think. Put down your also as well, put down what you thought of our reactions overall, but most importantly, thank you for watching. Yeah, I can't nail my brother's part for shit. So until next time, I'm Chris, and this has been a very Colette-filled episode of SRB. So we'll see you later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out our previous reactions,
As well as our other shows.
click the playlist down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can check us out on Twitter
as well as Stardust.
at Super React Bros.